Today we're diving into a fascinating topic, things from the 1970s that have been banned today. From toys and household items to everyday practices, let's explore how much has changed over the decades. Number 1. Easy Bake Ovens. Easy Bake Ovens became a household name in the 1970s, a revolutionary toy that brought the joy of baking to children. This iconic toy allowed kids to bake miniature cakes and cookies, using a 100-watt light bulb as a heat source. The design was simple yet innovative, making it a must-have item during its heyday. However, the Easy Bake Oven's journey wasn't without its dark moments. The toy, though beloved, had a significant safety flaw. The heat generated by the light bulb could reach high temperatures, often exceeding safe limits. This led to numerous cases of burns and injuries. According to reports, children would accidentally touch the heated surfaces or get their fingers caught in the oven, leading to severe burns. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, received over 200 reports of children suffering burns, with at least 77 of these requiring medical attention. One of the most tragic incidents occurred in 2006 when a young girl had to have part of her finger amputated after it became trapped in the oven. This incident sparked widespread concern and led to significant changes in the toy's design. In 2007, Hasbro, the manufacturer, issued a recall of nearly 1 million units, advising parents to stop using the toy and return it for a free repair kit. The recall wasn't just a simple fix, it marked a shift in the industry's approach to toy safety. The redesigned Easy Bake Oven featured improved safety mechanisms, including a new door design that prevented children from inserting their fingers into the oven. Despite these changes, the reputation of the Easy Bake Oven had already been tarnished, and the product saw a decline in popularity. The Easy Bake Oven saga serves as a crucial lesson in product safety and consumer protection. It underscores the importance of rigorous safety standards and the need for continuous monitoring and improvement of children's products. Today, toy manufacturers are more vigilant, ensuring that products undergo stringent safety tests before reaching the market. This vigilance is a direct outcome of the lessons learned from the Easy Bake Oven incidents. Number 2. Metal playground equipment. Metal playground equipment was a staple of 1970s playgrounds, featuring prominently in parks and schoolyards. These structures, including metal slides, monkey bars, and seesaws, were known for their durability and straightforward design. However, they posed significant safety risks, particularly related to heat and injury. One of the major issues with metal playground equipment was its tendency to become extremely hot when exposed to sunlight. Metal slides, in particular, could reach temperatures high enough to cause severe burns to children's skin. This problem was especially acute in areas with intense sunlight and high temperatures during the summer months. Reports of children suffering second- and third-degree burns from metal slides were not uncommon, leading to growing concerns among parents and safety advocates. Beyond the heat hazard, metal playground equipment also had other safety issues. The hard, unforgiving surfaces could cause serious injuries if children fell from them. Unlike modern playgrounds that use softer materials like plastic or rubber, metal equipment provided no cushioning upon impact, increasing the risk of fractures, concussions, and other injuries. Additionally, the design of many metal playground structures included sharp edges and pinch points that could lead to cuts and bruises. In response to these dangers, many regions began phasing out metal playground equipment in favor of safer alternatives. Modern playgrounds now predominantly feature structures made from plastic and composite materials, which do not conduct heat as metal does, and are designed to be more forgiving in case of falls. These materials are often paired with soft ground coverings, such as rubber mulch or foam padding, to further reduce injury risks. The transition away from metal playground equipment has significantly improved playground safety. Studies have shown a decrease in playground-related injuries as a result of these changes. Furthermore, the design of contemporary playgrounds often includes more safety features, such as rounded edges, enclosed climbing structures, and better spacing to prevent overcrowding and collisions. Number 3. Lawn darts. Lawn darts, or jarts, were a popular backyard game in the 1970s and 1980s. The game involved throwing large weighted darts at a target placed on the ground. The darts had heavy metal tips designed to stick into the ground, which unfortunately posed significant safety risks. Reports indicated that the sharp, pointed darts could cause severe injuries, including skull punctures and other traumatic wounds, when they struck people instead of the ground. The inherent danger of lawn darts led to numerous accidents and several fatalities, primarily involving children. In response to growing safety concerns, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, stepped in during the late 1980s. Following reports of at least 3 deaths and thousands of injuries, the CPSC banned the sale of lawn darts in 1988. The ban aimed to prevent further injuries and fatalities by removing these hazardous toys from the market. Despite the ban, some enthusiasts attempted to circumvent it by purchasing lawn darts from international sources or modifying other darts. This prompted the CPSC to reiterate the ban and enforce stricter regulations, including recalls and destruction of existing products. Modern safety standards now strictly regulate similar toys, emphasizing non-metallic, blunt-tipped alternatives to ensure the safety of outdoor games. Number 4. LeadBased Paint. LeadBased paint was a common choice in the 1970s for its durability and vibrant color retention. It was favored in residential properties because it adhered well to surfaces and was resistant to moisture, making it ideal for high-traffic areas and exteriors. However, lead-based paint poses significant health risks, especially to children. Exposure to lead can result in severe health problems such as developmental delays, learning difficulties, irritability, weight loss, and hearing loss. The danger arises when lead-based paint deteriorates, creating dust or paint chips that can be ingested or inhaled. Children are particularly vulnerable due to their developing nervous systems and their tendency to put objects and hands in their mouths. Studies in the late 1970s linked lead poisoning to behavioral issues, lower IQs, and neurological damage. In response to these health concerns, the U.S. government banned the use of lead-based paint in residential properties in 1978. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, and the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, have since implemented stringent regulations to manage and mitigate the risks of existing lead-based paint in older homes. These regulations include requirements for disclosure, safe renovation practices, and ongoing monitoring of lead levels in homes built before the ban. The ban on lead-based paint marked a significant step in public health protection, leading to a considerable reduction in childhood lead poisoning cases. However, lead paint remains a hazard in many older buildings, requiring ongoing vigilance and remediation efforts. Number 5. Asbestos. Asbestos was extensively used in construction during the 20th century due to its excellent fire-resistant and insulating properties. It was commonly found in building materials such as insulation, roofing, floor tiles, and cement products. The mineral fibers of asbestos, once embedded in materials, could effectively resist heat and prevent the spread of fire, making it a preferred choice for both residential and commercial buildings. However, the health risks associated with asbestos exposure became apparent over time. Inhalation of asbestos fibers can lead to serious respiratory diseases, including asbestosis, mesothelioma, and lung cancer. Asbestosis is a chronic lung disease caused by the scarring of lung tissue, while mesothelioma is a rare and aggressive cancer affecting the lining of the lungs, abdomen, or heart. The latency period for these diseases can be several decades, meaning symptoms often appear long after initial exposure. The widespread recognition of these health hazards led to significant regulatory changes starting in the late 1970s. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, implemented stringent regulations to limit asbestos use and protect workers from exposure. By the 1980s, the use of asbestos in many building materials was banned or heavily restricted in the United States and other countries. As a result, modern construction practices have shifted away from asbestos-containing materials, favoring safer alternatives such as fiberglass, cellulose, and foam insulations. However, asbestos remains a concern in older buildings. Proper handling and abatement procedures are essential during renovations or demolitions to prevent the release of asbestos fibers into the air. Certified professionals are required to conduct asbestos removal to ensure safety and compliance with regulations. Number 6. Superelastic bubble plastic. Superelastic bubble plastic was a popular toy in the 1970s, captivating children with its unique ability to create large, colorful plastic bubbles. The toy consisted of a tube filled with a chemical goo that kids could squeeze out and shape into bubbles using a straw. However, the toy's seemingly harmless fun masked serious health risks due to its chemical composition. The primary ingredients in super-elastic bubble plastic included polyvinyl acetate dissolved in acetone and ethyl acetate. These solvents are volatile organic compounds, VOCs, that evaporate quickly and can be inhaled easily. Inhalation of these chemicals posed significant health hazards. Acetone and ethyl acetate exposure could lead to symptoms such as dizziness, headaches, nausea, and in severe cases, hallucinations and central nervous system depression. Reports of adverse health effects began to surface, highlighting the dangers of prolonged exposure to the fumes from the plastic bubbles. Children were particularly vulnerable, as they often used the toy in poorly ventilated areas, increasing their risk of inhalation. The sweet-smelling vapors also posed an additional risk, as children might be more inclined to inhale deeply, exacerbating the exposure. Due to these health concerns, regulatory bodies took action. The toy was eventually banned in various regions, and manufacturers were forced to halt production and distribution. The ban was part of a broader effort to improve toy safety standards and protect children from harmful substances. Number 7. Smoking on airplanes. In the 1970s, smoking was pervasive, and airplanes were no exception. Passengers could smoke freely in designated sections, filling the cabins with smoke and exposing everyone on board to secondhand smoke. The health risks associated with secondhand smoke, including respiratory issues and increased cancer risk, became more evident over time. Additionally, the fire hazard posed by lit cigarettes in such confined spaces raised significant safety concerns. The movement to ban smoking on airplanes gained momentum in the 1980s, starting with partial restrictions. In 1988, the U.S. implemented a ban on smoking on domestic flights lasting less than 2 hours. This regulation extended over the years, culminating in a complete ban on smoking on all U.S. domestic and international flights by the year 2000. The ban was driven by increasing public awareness and scientific evidence of the dangers of secondhand smoke, as well as the desire to improve air quality and safety on board. Airlines were required to implement these changes, which included removing ashtrays, reinforcing smoke detectors in lavatories, and posting no smoking signs. This transition significantly improved the in-flight experience, making the air cleaner and reducing the risk of in-flight fires. The prohibition of smoking on airplanes is now a standard practice worldwide, reflecting broader public health and safety priorities. Number 8. Clackers. Clackers were a popular toy in the late 1960s and early 1970s, consisting of 2 hard acrylic balls attached to the ends of a sturdy string. The objective was to swing the balls up and down, causing them to strike each other with a loud, clacking sound. While simple in design, Clackers quickly became a favorite among children for their ability to perform tricks and create rhythmic sounds. Despite their popularity, Clackers posed significant safety risks. The forceful impact of the balls often led to the acrylic shattering, sending sharp fragments flying. This resulted in numerous injuries, including lacerations, eye injuries, and bruises. The unpredictability of the toy's movement and the strength required to operate them safely were beyond what most children could manage, leading to frequent accidents. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, received numerous reports of injuries, prompting an investigation into the safety of Clackers. By the mid-1970s, the CPSC decided to ban the toy due to the high risk of injury. The ban aimed to prevent further accidents and to promote the development of safer toy alternatives. Clackers serve as an example of how toys that appear harmless can present unforeseen dangers. The incident highlighted the need for rigorous safety standards in toy manufacturing and the importance of monitoring toys already on the market to ensure they do not pose a risk to children.